My name is Kathy Benedict. I'm with the Geese Police of Virginia. I've been in business 12 years. We do Canada goose control with properly trained working border collies. And we train our dogs on ducks and sheep not to touch the geese ever. And a properly trained border collie will never touch or harm any of the birds. We pay between $3,000 and $6,000 per dog. And the only requirement when they come to us is they have to be kind to the birds and not touch them. And they have to really love to swim. These dogs are all whistle broke, and we use old Scottish commands. So when you hear me say "that'll do" here, it means for them to come to me. And when you hear me say "come by," that means come by the way of the clock, clockwise. And you'll hear me say "away to me," or sometimes I'll use a whistle, but you'll see the dog change direction. Away to me means counterclockwise.
Hey, Racket, that'll do, buddy. One more time, away.
A lot of people would ask, well, what happens if there weren't goose control? What would happen to the geese? What's another alternative? People can get a permit and actually hire Department of Agriculture to come out to these sites that are loaded with geese and round them up. And rounding up, that's what it's called, a roundup. The Department of Ag will come out with a whole bunch of kayaks and chain link fence partitions, kind of like a dog kennel, and they'll round up flightless geese between July and August. They'll go in and push them out onto the ground and put them into crates and take them back and euthanize them. If you've tried other options, you can get permits to actually shoot the geese, which is another thing that doesn't work for office parks or golf courses, because people are going to see that. So, and a lot of people, when they find out about these roundups, the people that like the geese will call the local news media, and it gets really, really ugly. And the other options are all lethal, and our company doesn't touch or hurt or do anything like that with the geese. Our methods are approved by the Humane Society of the United States and People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. The goose nest, when we find a nest, we'll use Humane Society guidelines to treat them. And what we usually do is coat the eggs. There's usually between 6 and 8 eggs to a clutch. We'll coat them with oil, and you have to let the female sit on the nest for 28 days so her cycle passes. If we just went in there and destroyed the nest, she would go ahead and lay eggs again and nest. And so after the 28 days, we'll go back and remove the nest and chase the female off her nest, and the male will go with her. The key is usually 3 years is when we have success at having trained these geese to go elsewhere in the nest. That'll do here.